unit fourth. Yes, thank you. So, uh, dear students, actually we are dealing with the paper 8th, okay? Paper 8th, English in use, the abilities of individual. So yesterday we have completed the first unit, okay? Uh, that is block one, language as communication, okay? Under that, your first unit, the essential social context of human communication, okay? Under that we have discussed about um, how a human communicate in the society, okay, with the family members, with the like friends, okay, with the neighbors, okay, in the market, in various contexts, will communicate with each other, and um, we learn the language, okay. And also uh, okay. So, if we want to talk about the communication, we have the we in the sense here, especially in this context, we means we all we all humans. Um, what I can say, all humans learn the language. We burn like innate, there will be a language acquisition device lad in our head, okay. We won't be having any lot knowledge when we uh, come to this earth, when we born, okay. Gradually we try to imitate and we learn the language, okay. In first we learn one word, two words, okay. First, there are a few stages: babbling, cooing, okay. If you talk about Jean Piaget and others, they talked about Noam Chomsky and all, they talked about the language acquisition, okay. So here, what language proficiency and why to learn it? Language proficiency is um, to become an expert, okay, in a particular language. Yeah, our target language, like in this context, is English, okay. First we'll learn the alphabets, okay, and we learn the sounds, okay. Then we try to combine those alphabets in a word, then we'll frame it, okay. We'll try to utter one word to two words, okay. Then we'll try to read sentences. After that we'll start reading paragraphs, then we'll become expert, then we'll read entire book. In the same way, first we'll learn a few words, then will become a language proficient, okay. That time you can write, read, okay. And you can conduct seminars, okay. You can answer for any questions in a language, all right. um, okay. So yesterday we were discussing about okay, the language as communication, okay. So under that unit one, the essential of social context of human communication, okay. The process of human communication involves the exchange of information, emotions, and the message between individuals or group through group through verbal or non-verbal written means, okay. And yesterday we have discussed about the sender, okay. Sender is the person initiates the communication. The sender has a message to convey and decide how to encode it. I'm repeating it again because yesterday, I don't know how many of you were there, joined the class and all. At least if I repeat it, if the class will be there as a recording, okay, you have the live classes also, like you can see it from YouTube. Okay, that's what I'm repeating again. It will be very helpful for your final examination and to enhance your language or current knowledge. Okay, all right. And the encoding, the sender convert thoughts or information into symbols, words, gestures, or other forms that can be transmitted. Okay. Next, we'll see the message. The actual information or content that is being communicated, which can be verbal or non-verbal in written or visual. Okay. Then receiver, the individual or group of who receives the message and interpret it. Okay. Next, decoding, the receiver translates or interprets the sender's message to understand its meaning. Okay. Okay, then we'll see the noise. Noise can be inference or barrier that distracts or abstracts the communication process. It which like here a barrier in the sense which affect, okay, which disturb. Okay, in easy terms, disturbs, that is the noise. The noise can be physical noise which we makes in the classroom or in the house. Okay. And the language differences. See, now if I don't know the language properly, for example, English, how can I perform better? It's very difficult, right? So if you know the language or your language dialects, if I'm using jargons, difficult words in unknown language, then you won't understand the language or else the words. Okay, then distractions or misunderstandings. Okay, the social context of communication, the environment, relationships, and cultural norms influencing how people communicate. Okay, the social context of communication, how we talk in the, like how what sort of the interactions will do in the society in the social context. Okay, relationship interaction varies with friends and family and strangers. Yesterday I mentioned it differs when we speak with our family. It we will speak in a different way when we speak with our friends. It our language, our body language, expressions, everything changes, right? Okay, and the strangers, we interact very limited with the strangers. For example, if you are traveling, or if you are going in the market, then they'll ask you with how to go and all. Just you will say them take left or right, or the shop. If they ask, do you know so and so shop? Where is that? If they are saying the location, then you will say just in a formal way, like you take right and get down or go upside second floor, third floor, like that. You will tell, you will give the information, and you will find up. You won't give any damn or any importance to the strangers. Okay, and social roles, communication affects based on the roles. For example, teacher, student, boss, employees. Okay, it's depends. When we speak with our friends, it's differ. When we speak with our family members, it differs. When we are speaking, it differs. When teacher and student speaking, it differs. And when employee and boss speaking, it is also differs. Okay, cultural norms, customs and traditions shape communication styles. Okay, from where you born and brought up, it's depend on you were born the way the parents and the family peer members and friends nurtured you, what you have acquired, what you have learned from them, then you will exhibit that shows your culture and your traditions where you have come across. All right, then settings, formal and the informal environment affect tone and language. Okay, see, when we go to the hospital, we'll speak in a different way. When we are in the class, we will speak in different way. Okay, it changes. It depend on the place and depend on the situation. Language changes. All right. Then group dynamics, peer influences and group expectations guide interaction. I already mentioned like based on our teachers or friends knowledge or from them we'll learn the language. Okay, communication in animal and human. The purpose is survival for animals, survival, food and dangerous. Okay, then complex interactions, informal and sharing emotions, cultures. Okay, methods in animal, sounds, gesture, body language, and chemical signals that yesterday we have discussed. In human, verbal language, non-verbal gestures, expressions, written and digital language. Animals, no structured language like human language. In humans, use structured languages with grammar and vocabulary. Okay, animals only have certain sounds. Okay, they won't have any vocabulary or particular grammar and all. Okay, but if you if you don't have the vocabulary, if you don't have enough vocabulary and grammar, if you communicate, they may misunderstand, and there is no um, there is no connection with the opponent person. The they may not listen to us first. They won't give any um, what I can say, any damn concentration what we are speaking. Okay, that's what human have the vocabulary and the grammar to use a language. And learn not instinctive behavior, what makes man unique. Okay, learn not instinctive behavior refers to actions acquired through experiences, observations and education rather than being innate. Okay, what makes man unique? The first one is language. Human use complex languages with grammar and vocabulary, culture and tradition, knowledge, customs and values, advanced learning and education, creating and innovations, moral and ethical reasoning, self-awareness and reflections. Okay, language is a structured system of Um, yeah, we were talking about the definitions of language. Okay, language is a structured system of symbols, sounds, gestures, or written marks are used by humans to communicate thoughts, emotions, ideas, and informations. Okay, language. Language is a structured system of symbols, sounds, gestures, or written marks are used by humans to communicate thoughts, emotions, ideas, and informations. Okay. Next, we'll see the communication. Okay. Communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, or feelings between individuals or um, through the verbal or it grows. We were talking about the language. Now we'll speak about the communication. Communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, or feeling between individuals through verbal or non-verbal, written or visual means to achieve mutual understandings. Okay. Next, we'll see the dialect. Okay. A dialect is a particular forms of language spoken in a specific origin or by a particular group of people. Dialects are differs from the standard forms of the language in terms of pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, sometimes spellings. Okay. With this, we have completed the first unit. Okay. In the second unit, we'll see the development of language ability. Okay. Actually, as it is the first and second class, I couldn't prepare the PPTs. Next class onwards, I'll share PPT with you. Okay. PPT will be prepared. Okay. So in next classes, I'll come up with the PPT, that is what is language proficiency and why study is. Okay. The development of language ability, describing levels of language proficiency, English proficiency in the context of globalization, a picture of diversity. All things, all these things we'll discuss. Okay. And uh, yeah, if anyone is there in the class, you can ask me the questions. Okay. We'll discuss about the language proficiency. Language proficiency is a person can speak a language like an expert. Okay. A person can write and read, okay, and listen and understand a particular language without any other's help. Okay. If a person know all this, okay, what I told already, what I've already mentioned, if a person know how to speak a language without any help from the others, he or she can should write, read, understand, and she or he should explain it clearly, okay, to the others. Then they'll become the language proficient. Okay. So we have language proficiency scales, that is L1, okay, L1, L2, L3. Not language one, don't confuse about the mother tongue and all. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, actually, I had some technical glitches, so I couldn't uh, continue the class. Okay, so when a person can communicate without stammering and stuttering, okay, then he will be or she will be considered as the language proficient. The development of language ability, okay, how will develop the language, okay, all of sudden I know the language, so I can take the language from my brain, okay, or my language, I can take the language acquisition device from my brain, and we can fix in some other. Suppose if you talk about the computer systems, okay, the softwares we can take with the softwares or any particular applications, okay, you can put it insert the pen drive in the desktop or whatever CPU, and you can put you can copy uh, the information or application in the hard drive or pen drive, and you can take it and you can install in the another system. So it works the same, but learning language is not same like the systems, okay. A student or a child must learn gradually, okay. That is the different, okay. We can't immediate a person cannot become language proficient immediately. He or she has to do a lot of efforts, okay. Mother tongue we learn without any efforts, actually we learn it naturally, but the first language we learn with, we need to form we need to pay some attention, okay. We need to do some sort of hard work to learn or to become proficient in only mother tongue we learn without any efforts, okay, effortlessly we learn. All right, then describing the level of language proficiency. English language proficiency in the yeah, English language plays a crucial role. What you know well, how if you know the English language, how we uh, the globally we can um, become a renowned person, okay, in the job market also. If you have good language skills, okay, if you know the particularly English language, entire globe can hire us, and the companies pays high, okay, high salaries, okay, or whatever. That is the thing. And next will in the next class, I'll come up with a few handouts. Handouts will be shared with you if possible. And the block two is written communication. Under that, negotiation meaning as readers. Okay, in unit 6, the world in print, what we read and why. The active readers, ways of finding layers of meaning in the text. Major text type, the structure as guide to meaning. The psycholinguistics process, the abilities of a good reader. Perspectives on the teaching of reading. Okay. So, the world in print, what we read and why. Okay, we read novels, we read essays, we read newspaper, we read advertisements, many things we'll read. Okay. Uh, and the active reader, ways of finding layers of meaning in text. What is active reader and all major text types? Okay, we have different text, narrative text, and persuasive text. Okay, but many texts are there. We'll discuss about the text also. Okay. Thank you so much, and have a great day. I'm taking leave. Okay. And the psycholinguistic process, the abilities of a good reader, perspectives on the teaching of reading. Okay, with this, we have completed today's class. Thank you.